After last week having 2 cynical episodes, these ones are quite, as you told me, saccharine episodes.
To those not aware, I've never once messaged Len about the episodes because I want to save it all for the pod. But I was so overdone and overwhelmed by the saccharine, the glossy sheen on these
His
episodes.
teeth hurt from the sweetness.
Yeah, my teeth were caning from the sweetness. I had put as much sugar in my breakfast as Dobie does, and my teeth were hurting. I had to message Len just being like, these episodes were extremely saccharine. They were, oh man. Well, happy birthday, Len.
I told you not to make a fuss.
This is we should do a pod episode where we play the characters and we just try and do a version of the episode as close to memory as we can. Instead of talking about it, we like reenact.
Oh man, my mind races with all the different segment ideas.
We'll workshop it.
Some of them will just work, like Tuesday Weltschmerz, a segment that just lives on in infamy. Some of them will die like a lead balloon, like Buck Me Dead.
I thought in theory that I had enough improvisational skills to say anything amusing, even mildly. But even as I was doing it, I was like, this is a bomb, bro.
Yeah.
This is such a bomb.
I asked you about his parents and you said they both died of cancer. You could have been like, oh yeah, one was a clown, another one was a world-class gymnast.
Clowns are hilarious, dude. Why did I go for clowns? Those guys are the original funny man.
Yeah. Could have said he was the last remaining court jester in a dying industry.
Next time, I'll make you improvise on something. This is a good beer. They're very sweet, these beers. They're like, they almost remind me of like drinking a soft drink. They're so... I could drink these very, very quickly.
Yeah, you can.
This episode is brought to you by Calaverita Cerveza. Fria beer. Fria?
Fria means cold.
Oh, no shit.
I guess we'll call that the pre-roll and then I'll do the intro. Or should I just scrap the intro?
Welcome back. That was an ad break that we just did.
Yeah.
This is a welcome back.
We'll put in one of those noises that that podcast put in between the ad and the rest of the episode.
Okay. Like the little...
Or they yeah. Well, they put in like a little sting, like a little...
Yeah, we need like a theme. That's not just me singing the Dobie Gillis.
What? That theme is everything. How could you want more than that?
I thought that you were only going to use it for the one episode because it was about singing.
Oh, I didn't even make that connection.
And then...
I had no idea.
And then you kept using it.
I was like, oh, Cardo wants to send me a self-sung theme. I was like, this is perfect.
I was like, oh, because the episode's about singing. I'll do like a sung theme and then we'll do different intros later.
This episode, there's one about Christmas, so maybe you could do it like a Christmas carol theme.
We wish you were Dobie Gillis. We wish you were Dobie Gillis. We wish you were Dobie Gillis. And a happy Herbert.
That's so good. Alright, I'm using that. I'm going to clip that up and put that.
Start the fucking episode.
Welcome to the only podcast about the many loves of Dobie Gillis. Nope, I guess it can't be done. I was just trying to figure out if there was some way to getting into the podcast without going through Cardo. The trouble is, Cardo doesn't understand me. Of course, a lot of the time, I don't understand me. But he's supposed to be smarter than I am. The real problem is, Cardo is undependable. Now, I wouldn't complain if he was just normally undependable, like everybody else's co-host. But when you can't even depend on his being undependable, that's really undependable. Why, here he is now. How's life, Cardo?
Pretty good. I got big news for the podcast.
Oh, that's perfect.
This morning, I did not have Wheat Beats Bites.
What?
I've changed the breakfast routine
I have to change the picture in the credits now.
Yeah, man. To overnight oats. So I've gone from sanitarium to
Uncle Toby's?
Yeah. Uncle Toby's. It's big change for me.
Huge news.
Yeah. I'm feeling twice as locked in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I could tell you all about the episodes.
Perfect. Save it for the second episode. I wrote a bunch. I finally watched My Dinner with Andre.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew, you know, when you share something that you love with someone who you respect the opinion of, I'm a catastrophizer, so I'm already like, yeah, they're going to think it's okay.
I liked it, but it's like, because I went through a whole spiritualism phase, like, where I was into all these, like, I spent a couple years as a teenager just listening to Terence McKenna and Alan Watts and Aleister Crowley and Timothy Leary. Like, all the stuff that they were saying in My Dinner with Andre was kind of just that stuff again in a sort of cooler package. It was just like, yeah, this is cool, but, you know, I've heard this before.
Oh, okay, interesting. The spiritual stuff that comes from Andre is like the stuff that I focus on the least and not the part that I like almost, I would say.
Tell me about
it's
that.
Almost, I would say it's Wally's counterpoint to that is more interesting to me than all of Andre's ramblings.
The discourse between like the viewpoint that like everything is arbitrary and we got to try to tear down the symbolic layer that we put onto the world, and then the kind of opposite where he's like, but that symbolic layer is my avenue into interacting with the world in a pragmatic way, and if I don't have that, then like what else do I have? Like, what does it boil down to more than that?
I guess, I don't know. Okay, fuck it, we'll get specific. So
Yeah.
the scene where he talks about the patient in the hospital who I think they had a broken arm, but they had all this other stuff that was wrong with their world. But a doctor walks in there and they focus on the broken arm and they don't see them as a human being because they're so consumed by their own profession that they've put on the arm doctor's outfit. When you talk about the guys, the veneer or whatever, is that kind of in reference to that?
Yeah, or like when he's saying about, when he's going on his rant about like modern society and like it feels like he's saying everything is fake now, and when it was the emotion of ritualism was sort of let loose, like sympathetic magic, like that was a more real understanding of the world, is kind of what it feels like he's saying. And it's like, meh, is it?
Yeah. But that's what I like, is that Wally's kind of like, man, is it? I just get up and drink my coffee, man, and I like that.
Yeah.
Anything else happened that was interesting in the last couple of weeks to you, Len? How the Crows go?
Oh, they've been going really well the last couple of weeks.
They're like, 8th, 7th or something on the ladder?
I think they're 5th now.
5th now? Nice.
Yeah. They beat Geelong by 1 point. That was pretty good.
I remember that, yeah.
And
I had the Cats tipped, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, they would have been the favourites. And then just a couple of nights ago, they beat the Bulldogs by 50-odd points.
Looking up.
Yeah. And they've got a sort of relatively easier draw going into the end of the season. I wrote a song about Jordan Dawson the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Yeah, I sent it to Jacob. He loved it.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
I'm assuming he's going to send it to Chad. And then Chad will have probably harsher musical opinions about it. But
Or maybe he'll have connections in the Crows and it'll get straight to Dawson.
Yeah, I hope one day Dawson hears it.
What does Dawson rhyme with? Did you have to rhyme?
Awesome. And bought in.
Nice.
I made sure I didn't have to rhyme it with too many things because there's not much else you can really.
No.
I was like, shorten his something will never shorten.
His penis shall never shorten. That's my
He's
awesome.
way better
Lawson.
than Bill Shorten. In My Dinner with Andre, though, they mentioned someone whom we mentioned or I mentioned, or Annabelle Huffaker mentioned in the last episode of the podcast.
You are actually joking.
Can you guess who it is?
No, I don't remember. The last time I watched My Dinner with Andre was over 2 years ago.
No, but do you remember any of the people in Dobie Gillis, Boy Actor, where Dobie tried his hand in the theater, or It Takes Two, where Dobie tried to woo a eugenicist?
I know that Stanislavski was mentioned.
Yeah, you're right on it.
Okay, so I got it?
No.
Well, that's not right on it. That's like next to it.
Yeah, exactly. You're right on up against it. Who was the method actor who Annabelle mentioned as the talent of her generation and mononymic method actor?
I simply don't remember.
It was Eleonora Doozer.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get that one, man. Yeah.
Doozer. She's
I was
a doozy.
leaning against it, but it was facing the other way.
But yeah, Andre mentioned Doozer when he was talking about ego death, comparing that to her method acting. The comments, we got heaps of comments.
Oh, sick. Is it all friends and family still?
Yeah.
Sick.
Look, anyone who comments on the show, in my heart, you are a friend and my family.
I take no such stance.
Really?
Yeah, no. Comment at least 5 times, and then I'll consider it. Send me your bank details. Send me your card number. Dobie Gillis is in trouble and needs your help.
I am much more open-hearted than Cardo. If you leave one comment, even if it's a mean comment, I will thank you.
We will read it in the episode.
Yeah.
If it's mean, if it's like, this is the worst shit ever, we will still read it. Any publicity is good publicity.
It would be pretty good content, I think, to read some mean comments. It'd be, I don't know if it was on Jimmy Fallon or something, where he got people to read mean tweets about themselves.
Like the celebrities would read.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the owns that came over Twitter.
It'd be like that. So we got a comment from our number one fan, Isaac.
Oh, brilliant.
He said, hashtag Team Isaac if you want Cardo to back off of that sweet girl Poppy. Yeah, you went pretty hard on Poppy.
Yeah. You know, when I was watching the episode, and this will mean nothing to anyone listening except Isaac, and I know he listens to all of them, I was like, Poppy the kind of gal Isaac would go for. I didn't say it. I didn't say it to him. But I was like, I knew that Isaac would be a Poppy defender.
That's so funny. Oh, yeah.
Not
Isaac's a breeder. You just know.
I think that if we collate the anti-team Cardos versus the team Cardos, I am in the shitter.
I think Isaac has been against you on every single comment.
He is a contrarian, man.
He's contrarian to you. He loves me. It's because I'm open-hearted.
Yeah, well, what good would this podcast be if we just fucking agreed on everything? Oh, I thought this episode was good. Oh, me too. Sick. Cool.
Oh my god.
We need to create contention.
You're so sardonic, Cardo.
Yeah, I love sardines.
This is editing Len here. We had a couple beers and we got a bit distracted, as you can tell by the fact that it's been 15 minutes and we haven't even mentioned a word about the episodes that we're supposed to be supposedly reviewing. And I did a great disservice to the number one fan of the podcast, Isaac. I forgot to tell Cardo the rest of Isaac's comment. So here it is. He said, first of all, I could understand if you were to say all roofers are aggro or all roofers are alcoholics. I would get it. But to say we are all dickheads is a furthest thing from the truth. All roofers are graceful dancing swans. Which the engagement bait worked. He also gave his rating of the episodes. Ep 9, a strong good buddy. Ep 10, I'll give it a work. So he was pretty much agreeing with the basic sentiment of how we felt about the episodes. Sorry, Isaac, won't happen again, you fucking breeder. We got 3 different comments from main man Moe, friend of the show Moe. He said, Jason versus Freddy versus Dobie until the trio realized they must put aside their differences to defeat Milton.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's because Elm Street was in and around. I remember. Yeah.
Yes, as opposed to South Elm Drive where Maynard lives. And he said, 6 or 7 apples. 56.7.
I've been asked by 2 people in my team.
They were asking about the podcast?
No. to do a 6-7 themed team meeting on the 6th of July. And so I have to figure out how to do that. They're my age. They're not like youngins or anything.
6, 7,
How
do you even do that?
What episode are we on? We're on episode 6, aren't we?
Yeah.
This could be it. This could be the 6-7 podcast. I guess we already missed when we did, but it would have been episode 7 and 8.
Yeah.
We would never have had the opportunity to do episodes 6 and 7.
If I had found the unaired original pilot, we could have done the 0-1, and then we would have been offset like 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. It would have been perfect.
Yeah.
How do you even make something 6-7 themed? Have you got any ideas?
Well, I think it came from a sports, like a basketballer or something. So maybe
I think there's a rap song as well.
Yeah, maybe I could do like a rap basketball. I could wear.
What levers can you actually pull in a meeting to affect the theme?
I can do it after I do my 5-minute spiel of like, this is how we did yesterday.
Or you could do a
like,
6 or 7 minute
This is
spiel.
our. This is our, productivity. This is how we did. How's everyone going? Blah blah blah. After that, I got 10 odd minutes to kind of play with, to kind of just do what I please, and whether they like it or not. The problem is we have an age range of 25 to someone there's in their 70s.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like late 60s, 70s kind of age. So
Perhaps 67 years old.
I'll set them up and knock them down, man. What can I say? Our next comment is from...
It's another comment from Moe, the last one. He said, would Pythias have eaten beans to save Damon though? It was just a deep cut. I replied, beans? With 2 question marks. And he said, the Pythagorean cult believed that eating beans caused you to fart out your life and so forbade it, if I recall correctly.
Damn, he was on to something.
Yeah.
Maybe on something.
Nah, Moe's, he's clean cut.
That's cool. Yeah. Again, as mentioned already, we're going to read every comment. So if you want to use our comment section to like workshop some stand-up material.
Yeah, if you want to put a type 5 in the comments.
See if it hits, see if it not. We will deliver it as best we can.
It's going to be heavily affected by our delivery.
Yeah, feel free to put in some like stage direction as to how we should say it. German accent or whatever. Would he have eaten beans? We'll do it. Maybe we won't do all accents, but we'll do some of them.
Through the week, Georgie sent me a podcast episode of some other guy's podcast from like 5 years ago where he spoke about a Dobie Gillis episode.
You're joking. Was it one of the ones we've already covered? Or?
No, it's something from later on in the show. It sounded like a season 4 kind of plot line.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
So we are the only podcast expressly about.
Yeah, and this was the only, as far as I could tell, this was the only episode of his show that was about Dobie Gillis. And at first, I thought he was doing an accent. Like he had an accent. But he was just doing a voice, and then he switched to another voice, and it's like this is like I think it was like 12 minutes, this whole podcast episode.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you can really call that a podcast, 12 minutes.
Well, one of the old team leaders at Booper used to have a comedy podcast, and he like linked it to us. And he even had, who's that guy on, have you been paying attention? His name's like Tony something, and he like, he's got like glasses.
Tony Martin?
Yeah, Tony Martin. He had Tony Martin on his podcast.
Whoa!
It's a 5-minute podcast.
That's not a podcast.
It was sold as such.
I feel like a podcast has to be at least 40 minutes long.
Really? I think half an hour is fine for me, personally.
I feel like...
Some of the Auntie Donna podcast episodes that I listen to are 35.
I don't know what the word would be for a...
Is this like a novella versus novel type situation?
Yeah.
A podkella. You didn't make a podcast, man. You made a podkella.
Love the little lilt you're putting on
A podkella.
So...
This is our most unhinged. We have not spent this long not getting into the fucking episode.
Well, there's not really too much to talk about in these episodes, is there?
That's true. This is going to be a bit more loosey-goosey, I think.
Look, we're getting more comfortable with it.
Before we even start the episode, I'm getting another beer. I'm walking out of this room.
So I was listening to this podcast. This guy. He halfway through, he was like, and now a word from a distinguished Southern gentleman. And he came up like...
You see the voice?
Yeah, and he's like, and I'm a distinguished Southern gentleman. And he was doing this whole bit. It's the most insane shit. I was listening to it at work.
It's a one-man podcast.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome, dude. I love the mental picture of that.
Yeah.
Sitting in a room. Fuck, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
All the best to him. I wonder if that podcast is still going.
Yeah, they're still uploading things. When I was listening to it, they were doing a live stream. I know that because I tried to click on their picture and it took me into the live stream.
I hate that. I
just want to see a channel. I don't want to see your stupid live stream.
Can they not design an interface where you can just go to the channel if they're live? You just want to go to the channel.
Yeah.
It used to be simple, man. It used to be simple.
YouTube used to be a proper website.
Yeah, it used to be real. We do upload to
Yeah.
to YouTube.
YouTube is sort of our main medium.
Yeah, we got that.
I think we have had one view on Spotify, and I think that was Isaac.
Oh, sweet. No problem. You want to put us on your drive. You don't want video content because you have like a limited amount of data on your phone. Check us out on Spotify.
I think the way I've uploaded it to Spotify is a video. I think.
Oh, shit.
I don't know how Spotify works. I don't even use Spotify.
If you stumbled across this on YouTube, give it a stream on Spotify as well. Boost our numbers.
Yeah, and we put polls on this every Spotify episode. In the last episode, what was my poll?
I can tell you what this one's is. The North Pole.
Because it is frosty cold in here.
There's a Christmas episode. That's why.
Yeah. Okay. I'm hearing you, Cardo. I'm on your level, Cardo. I totally get it.
Fuck, man. Yeah, these episodes, they were a bit doo-doo.
Yeah,
they had heart.
First, we're talking about Season 1, Episode 11. We're finally getting to it. Dobie's birthday party, which first aired on December 15th, 1959, which makes Dobie a Sagittarius. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, my favorite YouTuber, Northern Lion, is a Sagittarius. Yeah, I consider them up there. I think they're a fire sign.
Yep, correct.
Which I'm not meant to blend with, but every Sagittarius I've ever met was honest, except for Dobie, who... I mean, I got shit to say about Dobie. We'll get there.
This was a week of scandals and conspiracies. Ooh. The president of CBS was fired for overseeing the rigging of quiz shows, such as the $64,000 question, which was a lot of money back then, wasn't it, Cardo? How much does that convert to? $64,000.
$64,000. 640,000. It's gonna be like 711,341.
You lost it.
I lost it.
It's 737,000.
It's not that bad.
You lost it, Cardo. Yeah.
I should have inflated it more. Yeah.
Nikita Khrushchev sent a memo to the Soviet Politburo that proposed building up their nuclear arsenal to defend against invasion.
Holy shit.
Yes. The governor of Minnesota placed the town of Albert Lea under martial law and sent 80 National Guardsmen to intervene in a strike at Wilson Packing Company, which the federal court eventually ruled unconstitutional.
It was a week of scandals.
Yes, That's not all. I mean, that sounds pretty familiar with what's going on in Minnesota at the moment, am I right? The director of the CIA received a memo proposing the assassination of Fidel Castro, which I'm sure will go off without a hitch.
And what else?
In this episode, Dobie tries to get his parents to make a big fuss for his birthday by telling them not to make a big fuss for his birthday. They don't make a big fuss during the day, but they're planning a surprise birthday party for him. And Herbert says, 17 years ago today, I was yelling for a boy. But in a previous episode, when he said Dobie was 17 already, plot hole much?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Damn. Yeah, I did assume Dobie was 17 for some reason or another, so I was surprised. But then it's like, if they make him turn 18, then they have to maybe take him out of high school and into tertiary potentially.
Yeah, I mean, this is set. I don't know if it's set in December, but
Maybe
I'm
they
assuming it's
wanted him to not be an adult for whatever reason or another, so he had to turn 17, maybe.
Yeah, it has to be something like that. But Maynard, because he got drafted, he's canonically 18. So he is more than a year older than Dobie.
Yeah. And he calls him Big Daddy.
They learned to walk together, apparently.
Maybe Maynard was like a late bloomer on the whole walking thing.
They've known each other their whole lives. Dobie had no idea. I'm still getting hung up on this plot hole from like
17 years ago. Hey, I wish your boy is still yelling.
Yeah. And so when Dobie's like to Maynard, you ever have problems with your parents, Maynard? And he's like, oh yeah, I got problems with everybody's parents. I keep handing them the shovel, but they don't dig.
Yeah, I keep slipping them the shovel. They won't dig.
It's so good.
I did. I rewinded over that. Rewound over that to figure out what he said. Yeah, no, it was excellent.
Yeah. So Maynard is in on the surprise party plan, but he has a bad memory. And so he lets Dobie go back home when he is like, Maynard, what are you doing bringing Dobie back? And Maynard's like, well, he's your son. He lives here. I know it's tough, but those are the breaks.
Them the breaks, yeah.
Fucking got him.
Yeah, there's a massive audience laugh at that point.
Yeah.
It's huge. They love that one.
Maynard is supposed to keep him out of the house until 6:15. He suggests a bunch of stuff to get Dobie out of the house, including giving blood and shooting pool.
Yeah, let's go for a walk. Let's go to the malt shop again.
But he would rather, as a 17-year-old, have milk and cookies.
Milk and cookies and watch a movie.
Yeah, so kind of, it sounds like a cowboy movie going on. Dobie is apparently not allowed to shoot pool. Maybe because you'd have to be in a bar and he would have to be 18 to go to a bar. But don't they have to be 21 to drink in America?
Yeah.
So maybe his parents don't let him shoot pool for some reason?
Yeah, but Maynard's do.
I don't think Maynard's parents care what he does.
Maybe there was a cultural thing back there that pool was somehow for like real like adults sort of thing. And it's like, you can't get involved in this. It's like darts. Darts is, it's also a pub sport, I guess, and it's fundamentally adult.
Yeah, I mean, they could have had him say anything,
They chose to say that. That's why I'm saying maybe it was a noted thing in the times. Maybe it's a relatable line for a lot of adults in the 50s and 60s.
They must have associated it with adulthood. You're right, which is why I was confused, because Maynard could have just said, "Let's go to a bar." But I guess maybe they understood that implicitly back then, that shooting pool meant go to a bar.
And maybe it was weird for like an 18-year-old to say to the 17-year-old, let's go to a bar, because there's like the implication of alcohol there. This is our writer's room segment.
Yeah.
We could have done better.
Welcome to writer's room.
He could have said anything. Yeah.
He could have said, let's go join the army. Let's go enlist. And then Dobie could say, I can't enlist. I'm 17.
Yeah, perfect. Another reminder that Dobie's 17.
Why send for the Marines when you got Maynard G. Krebs? Herbert gets Dobie to leave straight away by asking him to help out with the store. Classic bit. And Maynard is then trying to stop Dobie from going home too early. They need to get money to get a malt at Charlie Wong's. So they employ good old Georgie. And that brings us to a segment we haven't done since episode 1. It's time for Does Cardo Recognize?
That kid?
Yes, does Cardo recognize good old Georgie? I'll give you a clue. This is the first screen role for an actor who would go on to be a sitcom star in the 70s, a prolific director, and the narrator of a sitcom in the 2000s.
Why is the name like Ron coming to my head? No. It's not coming to me, my friend. It's not coming to me.
I think it was coming to you.
It was? Ron?
Ron
Howard?
Yes, Ron Howard.
Oh my god!
Cardo recognizes for the first time.
Holy! Well, I didn't recognize it. You gave me enough to go off. The director thing was
Okay, yeah.
It was a big Don't ask me to name a film he's directed. I knew that he was a director. Yeah. That's Ron. That kid is Ron Howard.
That kid is Ron Howard.
That's
the first
pretty
screen
phenomenal.
role of Ron Howard. Yes.
He did well. He did well.
Yeah, I think it seems like his lines were ADR'd. I don't know if they were done by him or done by... It kind of sounds like, you know, like Bart Simpson, how it's like a lot of the time will be an adult woman doing the voice of a young boy.
Yeah, yeah.
It kind of sounds like that.
Yeah, perhaps it is.
Or
Yeah.
maybe it's just the style at the time for his voice to be like that. I don't know.
Who's to say? It's still a 5-star performance in my book.
I love when he says, one day I'll have my own bottle business or some shit like that. He's like, he's got all these plans, the bottle empire he's gonna have.
Yeah, based on the act of taking bottles that have already been put into recycling and then returning them to a place to then be further recycled again. I want to point out, so Herbert says he has the only key. How are they getting in there?
That line piqued my interest as well. And I rewinded, as you would say, and I watched what they did, and they actually jimmied the hinges and opened it from the other side.
Oh, no way. And then they must have put it back on
Yeah.
after.
They needed a screwdriver to put it back on, wouldn't they? I don't know.
I'm just saying.
So, Dobie made it using good old Georgie to run a bottle deposit scam on Herbert. They used that money to go to the mold shop where Charlie Wong says everybody is at some birthday party. And Dobie still doesn't put it together after Maynard's been shepherding him around.
I didn't even clock that line. Damn. He really is a fucking idiot.
And meanwhile, at the birthday party, who the hell are all these people?
I have no idea.
Where the fuck is Randy?
He calls them kids. Many of them look adult.
Where is Ted? Where is Gordon? We know Thalia would be at least invited. Maybe she's too good to be there.
Literally no one that we know is there. It's literally who knows. And they're all like, you know, having a good time, kind of dancing around as you do, I guess. None of them have even deemed to graze on a single bit of food.
Maybe Herbert was like, no! Don't touch anything until Dobie gets here.
Yeah, no one's allowed to eat until Dobie is here. You can party, you can do everything else, but eating, that is just crossing the line.
Yeah, it's not until like after 9 o'clock that they're allowed to do
Yeah.
that. So
If
they've
it's-
been there for 3
If a
hours.
single ham sandwich disappears from here, the gig is up. Dobie's gonna know before it comes in that it's a surprise.
Classic. Not a single drink passed out over the course of 3 hours. All that dancing, they would be parched.
Yeah, until he screamed refreshments, they were just going on.
And then, I don't know if you looked closely at them ravenously taking the food, but one woman just grabs a whole stack of cups and takes them.
I didn't look that closely, you know. I was impressed with the shot, like it all disappears quickly, but I didn't notice, no.
If you look closely, it makes no sense. Yeah, which is kind of what every episode of this show is like.
True.
Yeah. Dobie doesn't want to come home because he feels dejected about his parents not making a fuss for his birthday, even though he told them not to make a fuss.
It literally, I love concept, like even at the point of conception, this episode makes no sense. It's literally like 5 minutes in, I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is stupid.
Yeah. This episode, it runs on the assumption that Dobie sees his parents as unreliable, so whatever he asks them to do, they will do the opposite. So he asks them for the opposite of what he actually wants. But I don't think we've ever seen his parents, well, I don't know about Herbert, but Winnie, I don't think we've ever seen Winnie be anything but doting, loving, generous.
Yeah.
Just the best mother in television history.
Also, he says they're unreliably unreliable.
Yeah.
Undependably undependable.
So he has no
So
idea
he-
if this plan
So
is
he
gonna
can't
work.
be disappointed if they are or aren't undependable. Because he knows he can't depend on either being true. Nonsense. I guess it is like it's a very human thing to tell a loved one that you don't want anything because you want to be giving and you don't want to burden them but in your head you're kind of expecting something.
Yeah.
It's Cadbury Favourites marketed itself on this very thing. What to bring when you're told not to bring a thing.
Yeah. I hate being told, no, don't get me anything, don't bring anything. Because then I'm like, okay, if I follow what they say and I don't bring anything, are they going to be secretly disappointed that I didn't bring anything?
If you were to say that to someone, like, I don't need you to get me anything, would you mean it? Because for me, it's very, very genuine. If someone does not then get me something, I'm like, cool, sweet, thanks. Now I don't have to get you something, which is phenomenal for me, to be honest, because I am a poor gift giver.
Me too.
Perfectly real with you.
But then there's that little childish part of me in the corner of my brain that's like, meh.
What, now I'll get them something?
I wanted a chocolate though.
Oh, okay. Mine was more like a string pulling sociopathic, like, now I get them something and then they're indebted to me. And, you know,
Nah.
I got one up on them. I'll do it. You know?
I can't relate to that one, Cardo. I can't relate to the depths of your twisted psyche.
Yeah, no, I don't have the kid in the corner thing. I'm like, yeah, no, it's all cool, sweet.
They go to Riff Ryan's record shop. We got the return of Riff Ryan. Riff Ryan is trying to sell a sound system. He puts earphones playing jazz on Far Out Girl's head, and she's credited in the IMDb as Far Out Girl.
Nice.
Then walks out of the room, and then Dobie and Maynard walk in, and Maynard can't hear the jazz, so he turns it way up, which explodes the sound system, shatters Far Out Girl's glasses, and undoubtedly gives her permanent hearing loss.
Yeah, definitely. You know what frustrated me as someone with like a audio history and like technical knowledge of audio? He's like, we established because when they turn the machine up that the stereo sound does affect the sound of the headphones independent of the volume of the headphones as well, right? You understanding that? Yeah. What annoys me is that he tells her, oh, what you do is you turn the stereo all the way down and then you turn the volume knob of the headphones all the way up. You can't be doing that, man. Your gain structure is all over the place if you do that.
What the fuck is gain structure?
Okay, so if you gain something all the way up, you know, you get like distortion, you get like all that kind of stuff. So ideally you want everything to be at like, 12 o'clock, maybe a bit more. So really, if he wanted correct gain structure and the best audio quality, he would have the stereo on about middle and the headset on about middle, and it'd be perfect.
But what if you don't want the upstairs squares to know, or the boys in blue to come and get you?
Well, that's the part that was also bothering me, is like, it's usually not, I mean, maybe it was back in the 50s, but it's usually not one or the other. It's usually either playing out the headphones or it's playing out the stereo.
Yeah, that's
it being both and then also one affecting the other is crazy town.
Yeah.
If they were separate, I get it. But one is clearly causing her ear damage because they turn up the stereo knob.
Yeah.
So, I don't get it, man. It frustrates. It defies all logic.
Yeah. I'm going to use that image of Fire Out Girl with the broken glasses, the close-up, as like an album cover.
It's perfect. It looks like, do you know Hotline Miami?
No.
Oh, listeners, get it? You know I'm bringing it up.
I mean, I've heard the words Hotline Miami.
I'm bringing it up. I'm bringing it up.
As a video game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a video game.
Yeah. It's like a top-down...
Tell me that's not the vibe.
Holy shit, that is definitely the vibe.
Yeah, the Hotline Miami poster, Jamie pulled that shit up in the editing room, is the actual vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought of it as soon as I saw it. I was like, oh, damn, that is it. Maybe they even used her as an inspiration. You never know.
Yeah, maybe. The guys who made hit video game Hotline Miami were...
the Russian guys who made Hotline Miami maybe used that. But yeah, it's a sick frame for sure. Yeah. I like when what's the DJ guy's name again?
Riv Ryan.
Riv Ryan is like, her parents are in the millionaire business.
Yeah. She's only got a job because she's a protest cat. And she says her classic catchphrase, far out, and then leaves. This is where I was like, I knew there was a quotes section in IMDb because I've been using IMDb a lot. And I was like, surely that quote is in the quotes section of IMDb.
Just far out.
Far out, girl. Far out. And I was like, I searched it up and there was nothing in there. No quotes. And so I made an IMDb account.
You're joking.
Just so I could add the quote.
Oh my god.
Girl, far out.
All right, everyone, if you're here, make yourself an IMDb account. Go to this episode. It's episode 11. Go to this episode, go to the quotes, and tick helpful. Give it a thumbs up on the Far Out Girl quote and say that was helpful.
So Riff Ryan is pissed at Maynard for not for blowing up his stereo, but for blowing up the lucrative sale he was about to make on the stereo. Not the, what was it? He was going to sell it for $155.
Yeah, he like bargains himself down.
Yeah.
He starts at like 300 or 400 or something, and then he keeps going down, and then he elevates it up a little bit with the headphones.
Yeah.
All she had to do, she just says nothing. She doesn't even.
Yeah. She
just
doesn't even
talks
say
himself into it. He's the worst salesman.
Yeah. And she says two different things that aren't far out, and that could have been far out. She says her first line is wild. And then her second line is Crazy Town, Pops. Both of those could have been far out.
Far out. Far out.
And then she would have maintained her quote streak of her only line being far out. Given that she's called Far Out Girl, I'm assuming that that's because of her catchphrase far out.
I don't know. It means she's
Or maybe it's a description of her. She's far out.
she's a bit far out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Maybe she lives a long way away. He asks Maynard to leave, but Dobie wants to stay and listen to one record. Happy Birthday by Lawrence Welk.
Lawrence Welk? They hate him for it, bro.
It's so offensive to their hip sensibilities that he kicks out Dobie as well. Lawrence Welk was an accordionist and band leader, best known for hosting the Lawrence Welk Show in the 50s. It focused on inoffensive, conservative entertainment and easy listening music. And Welk had a reputation as a clean-cut, goody-two-shoes sort of counterculture figure. So he's the devil to these hippie guys.
Dobie says something along the lines of, and maybe you remember, but he's like, I heard that version and it like brought a tear to my eye. Or
He says,
something. Like,
it put a lump in my throat.
the song Happy Birthday put a lump in his throat.
Well, I don't know.
What a loser. What a loser, dude. Oh, my parents didn't do anything for my birthday after I said don't do anything for my birthday. Oh, the song Happy Birthday puts a lump in my throat. You're a nerd.
He is sort of a loser. It's like, being like, oh man, my parents don't care about me. When we've seen Maynard's relationship with his parents, and he's complaining to Maynard about all this stuff, and Maynard's being like, oh, poor baby, and it's like, dude, you're so privileged compared to Maynard.
Yeah. All you have to do is like work once a week in the store, and maybe your dad would go easy on you.
Yeah.
And probably your dad. Oh, I'll bring this up later. It's in the next episode.
Oh yeah. I love when Riff Ryan says, "What about you go to the Bijou? The movie's a gas, the monster that devoured Cleveland." Dobie's like, "Man, in the mood I'm in, I'd be rooting for the monster." Fucking sad sack.
He's hard to like, man.
Yeah.
He's hard to like.
I don't know if there's some kind of Christopher Nolan shit going on, if like the scenes are out of chronological order. But this scene happens after Winnie says that it's 9 p.m. So the record store is open past 9 p.m.
I was also wondering about that. Yeah.
I don't know if that's weird. I haven't spent much time in record stores, especially not in 1959, but I'm assuming that that's not normal.
Yeah, because they're specifically like, I can't remember what exactly they say that Maynard says to Dobie, but he's like, oh, we can't go back right now because it's 6. Oh, yeah, we can't go back right now because your dad will make you work in the store.
Yeah.
And at that time, I think it's 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, how late do these places open? Because, when they were later at the record store at 9, I was like, this is very surprising to me. And especially like, a customer in there looking to make a big purchase at 9 is very unusual.
I mean, that's typical far out girl fare.
I guess so. Yeah.
So Dobie comes home and finds out he missed the whole party, and he acts like he didn't even want a party. But then we have a sweet classic family show ending of them all smiling goofily.
Yeah, and then the cut into the close of Dobie's face as he like slowly smiles.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's so oh, it's just so sappy.
And then we have an even sweeter ending of Herbert coming into his room and waking him up with a slice of cake with a candle in it. And he tells Dobie to make a wish. And Dobie says, I already have everything that I want.
It's... there's no gotcha. There's no, this is a comedy show, so I'm going to end on a wham line. It is played completely and utterly straight.
Yeah.
And also somewhat out of character for Herbert, maybe. I mean, he loves his son, obviously. Like, we're not going to assume. But it surprised me greatly that they just played that completely straight. And that they sequenced this right before a Christmas episode where you are legally allowed to be sappy and play everything as straight as you like. But they said, no, we'll do it here and then we'll sequence this episode right before the Christmas one.
Yeah. You're right. They could have just put it in a different order.
Yeah.
And, oh, man. We should have been the showrunners, not the writers. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, producers could have been like, yeah, Dobie birthday, we can put it, later in the season, earlier in the season, whatever.
Or maybe because of Dobie's fiery personality, they had to make sure he was a Sagittarius.
Maybe when people were watching the show, they were like, this isn't family values. This isn't, Herbert's too mean to Dobie. No one should steal money from the, this is old school we're talking here. And then the producers were like, shit, we gotta reinstate the family values here. We gotta bring it back.
In season 1, people did complain about Herbert's classic catchphrase, I gotta kill that boy, I just gotta.
Really?
People thought that it was too violent and too, just mean.
That's so funny thinking about it now. Like, he does drop a good one this episode because he's like complaining that Dobie isn't home yet, and then Winnie's like, we instructed Maynard to like make him come home. And he's like, oh yeah, I gotta kill those boys. They just got it.
Yeah. Why did they enlist the help of Maynard? They should have just
drafted.
Why did they have to draft Maynard into this whole mess? He's obviously not going to. He is undependably undependable in the truest sense.
And apparently Dobie has all these other numerous friends that we didn't know about that you could have.
Where the fuck is Randy?
Dropped it. Yeah, where's Randy? I mean, Ted? Where are these guys?
Where is Gordon?
I don't, because my impression of Dobie is that because he is a bit of a loser, he has like no friends.
What makes you think that Dobie is a bit of a loser? And I'm not asking that to be like he's not a bit of a loser, but what evidence do you have to suggest that Dobie's a bit of a loser?
I guess just like the way he be, the way he be treating them women.
I always did a spit take. That also in the 50s, the way Dobie treats women is not loser material.
I guess not, but think of Milton, right? Milton covered in hose.
Yeah.
Beloved. And then Dobie. Oh, Dobie. Dobie's like the kid, oh yeah, he's sweet, but if he hung out with the friend group, he'd kill the vibe. You know what I mean? Oh, he hangs out with that beatnik. He's got a guy. That's good. That's nice. He's a sweet kid. But, you know what I mean? True.
He does hang out with Maynard. And Maynard seems to be his only, reliable friend. Reliable as in he's reliably his friend. Not that he's a reliable person.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just the vibe I'd be getting. If he had more friends, we'd see him. I guess that's what
We do kind of see him, but then they don't stick around.
Yeah, hard to say. He's also a brokey.
Yeah.
Which is kind of loser material, even for the time.
Yes, definitely for the time.
Yeah. Gotta have a job,
Well, he could have a job. He just doesn't fucking want to do it. I mean, his dad said that if he worked one full day, he would be so sweet and kind to him. And we saw in this episode how sweet and kind his dad could be.
Yeah.
So imagine how much money Dobie would be getting and how much leniency Dobie would be getting if he actually did any fucking work instead of just trying to weasel his way out of every single scenario he's ever gotten himself into.
All he has to do is just put in a couple hours and he'd have the money to go on dates. Thalia would be like, oh, at least he has a job. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're missing something. From our perspective, it looks so easy, but maybe it's not easy being a kid in the 50s. A white kid whose parents have full-time jobs, who goes to a assumedly nice school in a nice neighborhood in the 50s. Maybe that's tough.
That's a classic.
Maybe it's tough.
If only Thalia could see this bottle deposit scheme, I think she would like that.
Yeah, he's grinding.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
grinding. I think she would like Georgie's initiative. That brings us to You Rank. On this show, we rank each episode on a 7-tier scale. If you think it was the best at the very best, it gets a grade 20 animal. If you think it was pretty good, it gets a real human being. If you think it was kind of good, it gets a good buddy. If you think it was just alright, it gets a no offense, none taken. If you think it was a bit hard to get through, it gets a work. If you think it was just bad, it gets a nasty, nasty boy. And if you think it was the worst of the worst and should be struck from the record entirely, it gets a I gotta kill that boy, I just gotta.
I don't think it should be struck from the records. I'm waiting for the episode that affects me so.
Yeah, we'll save I gotta kill that boy for the just offensive episode.
I'm between work and nasty boy. I'm gonna go. Man, it's tough. It didn't kill me, but it was hard to get through. But it was bad. We'll go work for this one.
Fair enough.
Len, how would you rank this?
I would probably give this one a nasty boy.
I don't necessarily disagree. Yeah.
This one, I hate when there's no comedic beat at the end. There's no funny way that everything comes together. Like, I feel like there could have been more. There was a lot of potential. I mean, the surprise party idea has been used in so many comedies because it has so much potential.
Yeah. It's literally such a great catalyst for everything coming to a point. The point being when they walk through the door. You got to stick that.
And we completely... The point is off screen in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah. They missed the point.
They literally
missed the point.
Okay.
Yeah, no good, man.
This is where I was gonna put Rest in Peace, Bark Me Dead.
Rest in peace, and also welcome back. Len,
What?
I have a segment for you.
What?
All through this show, you quiz me on things that I do not know about. You ask me if I recognize. You ask me the prices of things. You ask me to summarize episodes that I watch at 7 a.m. in the morning whilst not having fully woken up yet.
You do a great job.
The whole concept of this show is for you to rake me over the coals for my stupidity.
No, it's not.
Buck, you're alive! Len! What familial relationship did Johann Sebastian Bach have to his first wife?
I'm gonna go with first cousin.
No. You were actually pretty close. Though. His second cousin.
Oh.
His wife was Maria Barbara Bach. They had 7 children.
Is it Bach, nay Bach?
Second cousin.
Wow.
Second cousin.
I guess I should apologize to Bach for guessing that it was first cousin.
Bach, you're alive! Let us know if you liked that segment.
That came out of nowhere. All right.
For context, viewers, when almost like 10 minutes after Len arrived at my house to record this, I was like, strike the Bach segment from the records.
Wow. And then you pulled that on me.
Yeah.
I like it.
I was meant to call it I'll be back.
Ah, there we go.
I forgot that part.
No, I like Bach, you're alive.
Welcome, Buck. There were so many.
So next we are talking about season 1, episode 12.
Do we have to?
The greatest piece of media ever created. Deck the halls.
Oh.
This episode first aired on December 22nd, 1959. That week, the improv troupe Second City was founded in Chicago, which would eventually have members such as Bill Murray, Mike Myers, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Huge.
Filming for the infamous shower scene in Psycho began. And Walter Williams died at the supposed age of 117.
Damn.
He claimed to be the last surviving veteran of the Civil War. It was later found that he was only a measly 105, and he was 10 years old when the war ended.
I was going to say, I'm not sure there are a lot of blokes who have lived that long. I think women tend to live longer, and I think there's been some that are near around the 120-ish mark. But yeah, 117 on a bloke would surprise me.
Yeah, especially back then.
Full of shit. Was he even a veteran?
Not of the Civil War. Because he was only 10 when the war ended.
Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable.
And he claimed to be the last veteran of the Civil War.
Oh my god, dude.
Such stolen valor. I mean, pretending to be a Confederate hero.
Speaking of stolen valor, you're going to make me summarize this?
Yeah, Cardo. What happened in this episode?
You're going to have to help me out here, man. Nah,
we got
okay.
to sort of bet you wondering how it ended up here. So
Yeah. So it starts off with Dobie lecturing to the camera as usual. He's like, Christmas is grand and stuff. I love being around my family, but not this Christmas. Mum's there. Davey's even there.
Whoa, Davey's back.
Davey's there. Everyone's there, but you know who's not? My dad. Smash cut. 2. Herbert lying down in a prison cell. There is another guy in the prison cell there who is only there, I think, because he wants to eat whatever they serve, the prison food that they serve him.
He gets himself arrested every Christmas so he can have the prison Christmas turkey.
Prison turkey. Prison turkey. Sorry, couldn't help myself.
Fuck, you're on fire.
Herbert Gillis is lying down in prison, and there is a Bobby trying to get him out of there. They come in and they're like, "You need to leave. I don't care what you did. It's fucking Christmas." There are inside the prison. There are people singing Christmas carols. None of the characters in this scene can decide whether they're annoyed by that or not. They're like not annoyed, and then they are annoyed, and like it's just all over the shop. Herbert's like, "I am not moving. I am not going anywhere." He's not going anywhere because he is absolutely fed up with everyone in his surroundings, the entire community. He is just basically just done. Like, he had a crash out.
I feel you, Herbert.
This is an episode where we get to see inside the mind of Herbert. What broke him? What was the moment that Herbert fully snapped and threw a turkey through the window? Let's retrace the events of the day and see what went wrong with Herbert. And it like goes black and white. You get like a red circle or like real low tone. I gotta kill that boy. boy. Herbert was born. Oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, we retrace Herbert's day. Actually, we cut back to Dobie, who is basically gonna almost like narrate what has happened to Herbert throughout the day to land him in prison. Dobie was like, I was a part of it. I had my part to play in this, but I was not the start of this.
Yep.
The start of it was Winnie.
Yeah.
So Herbert is in the shop wrapping a salami.
Yeah.
Winnie's around there. Herbert's complaining that everyone buys like normal stuff from the store throughout the year, but as soon as it's Christmas, everyone wants everything wrapped for free.
Yeah.
Even like cans of beans and salami and shit that you obviously are not like wrapping as a gift to someone. But then I question, like, if the implication is it's not a gift for someone, why do they want it wrapped
For
anyway?
the free wrapping paper.
So that they can, unwrap it and then reuse it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
What are these trying times that we live in? Like, can't you just buy one roll? It'll last you years, probably. Like,
Maybe they're just conscious of sustainability, you know?
oh, fucking maybe, dude. I don't know. Winnie's there, and she is pondering over who she should send Christmas cards to. She's kind of going back and forth, like, this family, they come in, they always they have like a 3-month bill that they haven't paid us or something. And Herbert's like, all right, so don't send them the card. And then she's like, oh yeah, but what if they think we're like mean? And he's like, all right, then send them the card then.
Yeah.
And it goes back and forth like that for a while. And Herbert gets increasingly more angry at her. And for the life of me, I've forgotten how this scene culminates. Does it even culminate, or does he just get kind of pissed?
Yeah, he's just getting slowly more frustrated.
Yeah.
I don't think the scene has an ending button, really.
Incredible. Incredible work. So we cut back to Dobie, and he's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Then we get to the Dobie scene with Herbert in the shop. Dobie, for the first time since the Poppy episode where he does want to work for the store. He's
2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago. He's putting on his apron and he's like, I'm going to work a full day. You're going to be so happy with me. It's going to be wonderful. And then Herbert's like, obviously you want something from me, you dickhead. No, Dobie's like, no. And then they talk a little bit, and then 2 seconds later, Dobie is like running for the till to grab a whole $5 out there.
Yeah.
And they wrestle with each other. And Dobie says, I need it for my girl.
Yeah.
Who is his girl?
She's not named, apart from her extremely risque and whorish habit of baton twirling.
Yeah. He's buying her a baton twirling class or something.
Yeah.
And Herbert's like, I will have no baton twirler as a daughter. No way is this happening. Like,
I've seen them with their shorts up to here. Dad, that's nothing. It's practically nothing. Classic. And I love when Dobie is like trying to suggest gifts for Herbert to get Winnie, and Herbert's saying all this very pragmatic stuff like that reinforces her social role. And Dobie's like, get her something gay, glamorous, frivolous. And Herbert's like, I already did. You
biggest own. Biggest own ever, dude. I had to pause when oh, it's pretty good. So yeah, Dobie does manage to wrestle the money away from his dad, and he leaves to buy whatever. The next thing that impacted Herbert's day is that Maynard came in. Dobie says something weird to transition into the scene. He's like, a small store describes the people that you see, not the product. And it transitions into Maynard, who's come in with an inflatable dinghy, all wrapped up, that he has to hide until Christmas Day at Herbert's shop. And Herbert's like, fucking alright, like, I'll hide it, I guess.
Yeah.
And then as Maynard goes to walk out, he's like, oh, Herbert, one more thing. And Herbert has pulled whatever trigger to fucking inflate this giant dinghy.
The fucking pull cord inflatable lifeboat is such a... I don't know if it was already a thing before this. It must have been, because it's in so... You don't know how many times I've seen this fucking shit. It's such a specific...
Well, like in old comedies.
Yeah. It's in the Dick Van Dyke Show. It's in Cheers. It's in Grown Ups 2. I don't know what originated it, but the pull cord inflatable lifeboat is a whole thing.
It's a classic
It's a classic comedy bit. I don't know if
I liked it.
Marx Brothers or Three Stooges or fucking Charlie Chaplin or some shit.
So stupid. Yes. I guess that's a thing. Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
It's usually in like a closet or a cupboard or something.
Oh, and they like open it up and it fucking
like,
explodes on them.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh.
I couldn't get to the bottom of it. It's very hard to Google.
What the first instance of that? Maybe it was right here.
Maybe.
Maybe they invented that.
Maybe.
You never know. The next thing that upsets Herbert's day, we cut back to Dobie and he's like listing all of these customers.
Before the customers, it's Davey.
Oh, it's Davey. Yes, it is Davey. I knew I'd miss one before the customers, man. Davey comes in and because he is everything that Dobie isn't, he's like, I'm not gonna need any money, Dad. I'm all good. I'm a lovely boy. I'm here for Christmas, and then I'm gonna go travel with a bunch of businessmen or some shit, like someplace. And Herbert's like, oh, that's wonderful. You're the fucking best. I hate Dobie. I love you so much. And then he's like, oh, actually, I probably should take a little money. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's like, everything's gonna be paid for me, so I don't need any money for you. But he's like, oh, I probably should take like just a little money to tip them. And Herbert's like, sure,
to tip the servants.
Yeah, the servants and the butlers and he's like lifting them off, I think. And Herbert's like, yeah, sure, son. And then Davey's like, yeah, well, $50 should do the trick. Yeah. Which converts to Len. Oh, is that a question for me?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you asshole.
I've got it right here. It converts.
Hold on. Okay, fine, I'll try it. $50, 50 times 500.
It's a lot of money for tips.
550. Let's go $629.
Oh, you overshot it this time, Cardo. It's $575.81.
Terrible, dude. I think because we did the 64,000 one, I underinflated and then I tried to overinflate this time, like the dinghy.
Yeah. Then we get to the customers after Davey.
Yeah, so he does give Davey $50. This is the thing I was going to mention earlier where I was like, oh, I'll bring it up. It's in episode 2. I was like, Herbert is such a loving father that Davey, who I'm going to assume is not as much of a rat as Dobie, you know, maybe he's been like an upstanding kid, good to his dad throughout his life. Herbert is, without too much of a fuss, willing to give him $50 on Christmas.
10 times what he was arguing with Dobie about.
Exactly! 10 times what he gave Dobie. He was willing to wrestle the $5 out of Dobie's hands, physically restrain him to not take $5, but he would voluntarily give Davey $570 2026 American dollars, man. It's unbelievable.
It actually shocked me. Like, because there's one point in their conversation where Davey is like, you don't want them to think the son of Herbert Gillis is cheap. You don't want them to say that. And Herbert's like, let him say it.
Yeah, because he is. I feel like part of Herbert's character trait is that he is super stingy with his money.
Is his main character trait.
Like he is massively stingy. I guess, you know, it's Christmas. Maybe he was in a giving mood.
In a giving mood. It wouldn't give Dobie the equivalent of $57.60.
Maybe we have another scene sequencing problem. He should have put the Davey scene earlier because he was in a better mood at the time because it was Christmas. And then as he got more upset, he was like, no, I'm not even giving Dobie $5. I've already been like drained of my, we'll get to this. I've already been drained of my money for other reasons.
Yeah.
I won't even give Davey, put us in the writer's room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because again, these are more scenes that could more or less go in any order except for the last one.
Yeah, you could put the Davey scene even before the Winnie scene.
Yeah. Dobie could be like, oh yeah, Davey came back for Christmas, and then show that, and then, yeah.
Yeah.
So we get to the customers. I'm sure you've remembered the customer's name.
Yes.
At the time that I watched the show, I was like repeating it in my head, being like, I'm not going to forget, but I've definitely forgotten both of them. The first lady is the candy cane lady, and her name is
Mrs. Kinney.
Mrs. Kinney.
She's actually a returning character. She played an annoying customer early on. I forget, maybe episode like 2 or 3, she was some kind of annoying customer.
Oh, okay. Mrs. Kinney has ordered a giant candy cane to the store. Herbert has graciously sourced this candy cane and wrapped it seemingly nicely. Although it could be a little nicer, she says. And Mrs. Kinney comes into the store. She's like, oh yeah, no, that's great that you got that, but I'm going to need it delivered tonight at an extremely late hour.
Past 11 p.m.
Past 11 p.m. on Christmas Day, you're going to make this guy deliver this thing to your house. And Herbert, after some resilience, is like, all right, but I'll charge you the $3 for it.
Yeah.
And then she's like, $3? Unbelievable. $3? That converts to like $36 or something.
$34.55.
You fucking wrote it. You asshole. that converts to like $34.55.
$3, that's going to ruin my entire Christmas. She is willing to ruin her entire Christmas for $34.55.
She's like, back in the day, you could buy one of these things for $1. I ain't paying a single cent over $1.50 for this.
It was 32 years ago, Mrs. Kitty. Cardo, of all people, knows about all the inflation that's gone on since then.
It's doubled in price to get this. And she's like, yeah, I'm not doing it. And then in a very strange event, Herbert is like, instead of being like, yeah, $1.50 sounds fine, he's like, fine, I'll do it for free.
Yeah, he's starting to snap at this point.
Yeah. This is the moment. Herbert doesn't care for money anymore. He hates her. He hates those around him. His number one character trait was money. Look at how he throws it out the window in this scene. Quite literally.
Slow motion.
You can see the rage pulse through his veins as he breaks the candy cane.
You're killing me, man.
I had this bit that the moment I watched the episode,
oh, it's so good.
they do like the three takes from three different angles of him breaking the candy cane on the counter. Herbert has lost it. Yeah, so she walks out having been very happy to receive this gift for free. For fucking free. And then Herbert's like, yeah, whatever. And then he like lightly bashes the candy cane against the counter and it fucking shatters.
Yeah.
It goes into pieces. The candy canes I know are... Actually, yeah, they're equally as flimsy as that now I think about it. The ones we get like wrapped in little plastic, they break so easy. So size and density doesn't matter, apparently, when it comes to the candy cane. You would have thought it would, but...
Yeah, you'd think with one as thick as that, it would be able to withstand... Maybe Herbert is using a lot of force.
Yeah, maybe it's just like brittle, you know what I mean? Like it's big, but it's brittle. It's like glass, you know?
Yeah, maybe the size works against it.
Potentially. But or yeah, maybe Herbert is just unbelievably Mr. Incredible strong. So yeah, that shit breaks. And then we go back to Dobie and he's like, blah, blah, blah. The straw that broke the camel's back, though, was this last customer.
Mrs. Lapping.
Mrs. Lapping, the biggest fucking bitch.
Oh my
in
God.
This whole show.
She
is an actual... She is scum.
We talk about the most annoying character in the history of television.
She is scum. I mean, we think Dobie is a grifter. She's not even close to Mrs. Lapping. Man.
Every single time she says, "You just don't listen, do you? I just want to."
She is so annoying. Mrs. Lapping comes into the store with a fucking turkey. She's come in to return the turkey
from 6 months ago.
That she purchased 6 months ago. She needs to return the turkey because she has a friend who was coming over, but they have a back problem. And there's a weird interaction where Herbert thinks it's her back problem, and she's like, you know, you're not listening. It's this guy's back problem because she's talking him in circles. She's trying to confuse him.
She keeps just telling half of the story and then making it seem like she's talking about something else.
She is. She's trying to get in there. She's trying to break him.
I can see why Herbert snapped. I would have too.
So she's like, she dumps the turkey down. She's like, I want to return this turkey because I'm not going to cook it anymore for Christmas dinner because his friends aren't coming over because one of them has a back problem. But she doesn't just want to First of all, returning the turkey just in general, just returning food to a food store that you've ordered is absurd. If we take out the other part of this that is absurd.
She's thawed the turkey.
She's thawed it.
From 6 months ago.
Herbert mentions it cannot be refrozen. It must be used. You cannot return this. Eventually, Herbert is like, fucking fine. If you leave me alone because you're the most annoying bitch in the world, I will take this turkey.
We have a sequence where we find out that Herbert doesn't have superhuman strength because unless Mrs. Lapping has even more superhuman strength, because they wrestle over the turkey and Mrs. Lapping clearly wins.
Yeah, she does. But he's a shell of a man at this point. He's not himself.
No.
What pushed him over the edge?
So
Herbert Gillis has a dark secret. You won't believe what Herbert Gillis does next. His masculinity has been challenged in a wrestling match over a turkey. He's gonna be like,
what the fuck is this bit? Why are they laughing so much?
Yeah, she does. She wins the thing. She does wrestle it off him. We'll get to the point. Not only does she want to return the turkey and get money back for it, she wants to get the money that he's charging for a turkey now, which is much more than what was charged 6 months ago. She wants to literally profit off of this turkey. She's like, I saw a sign in the window that says you're selling these turkeys for fucking 60 cents a pound. Yeah. I don't care that you used to do them for fucking 35 cents or whatever it was a pound. I want the full price that you're charging right now for this turkey because you're gonna like resell it, even though he's already said that he can't resell it because he can't fucking refreeze it. You bitch.
And she says, you're making a double profit. And Herbert is like, double profit? Like the vein is pulsing out of his head. Like
the vein is pulsing. And then Herbert has what I described at the time in my head as a completely valid and justified crash out.
Absolutely.
Just like, I just agree with him.
Like most of the stuff so far, you can understand why he was a bit frustrated, but it wasn't like to the level of putting yourself in prison just to avoid people on Christmas. But this?
This is enough for me. He grabs the turkey off the counter and he throws it through the window, smashing his storefront.
Mrs. Lapping, terrified, yells out, police, police, and runs out of the store.
And that's how Herbert got arrested. I think we cut now just to Herbert in the prison, willing to see out his night alone.
Yes.
But then the family, it's a saccharine episode.
Yeah.
The family rock up because they love him so much.
If this was like season 2 or onward episode, Davey wouldn't be there and Maynard would be there.
All right. The family rock up to celebrate Christmas with him in his cell. Isn't that just lovely and beautiful? And then the carols start singing, and I swear to God, I could almost be certain of it. I must go back. You're going to correct me. I'm going to look stupid. I'm just going to say it anyway. I swear to God, the people singing the carols are the two fucking customers.
Yeah, and the police officer and the judge, yeah.
Yeah, it's just everyone that we've seen so far is singing the carols. Is that right?
Yeah, that is right.
They didn't take the original carol singers from the start of the episode. They got new one. We live in a crazy town. This episode takes place inside Herbert's head. It shows how he slowly degrades over the course. Everyone who screws him over presents themselves in this critical moment. All in the head, yeah.
That's so good. You got me actually literally ruffling. Oh my God.
Funny to no one but us.
Yeah, I assume that it's meant to be like they...
All in his head.
Maybe it is. But when I watched it, what I thought was they felt bad for driving him crazy. And so they decided to sing carols for him, even though the only thing he said to the carolers so far is, "Would you shut up?"
And then, the family come in, I think they set up like a table or something, they're like ready to celebrate Christmas there, and then he's like, oh, what the hell, let's do it at home.
Yeah.
They came all their way with all the Christmas stuff to celebrate, and he's like, oh, let's just go home and do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Winnie should have just been like, I swear to God, Herbert, you're gonna be a fucking drama queen over this.
Fuck, man, did I miss anything? That's more or less the episode.
When we have the shot of the carolers, the window of the shop is magically fixed.
Yes.
I assume by some kind of Santa Claus Christmas magic. But you think that Dobie Gillis is a world without magic, so I'm assuming you have some kind of logical explanation for that.
I do, it's all in his head.
True. True. You know what? You might be right about this theory.
It all makes sense.
Okay. And that brings us to You Rank. In this show, we rank each episode on a 7-tier scale. If you think it was the best of the very best, it gets a grade 20 animal.
If you thought it was very, very good, it gets a real human being.
If you thought it was pretty good, it gets a good buddy.
If you thought it was average, it gets a no offense, none taken.
If you thought it was a bit hard to get through, it gets a work.
If you thought it was pretty damn bad, it gets a nasty, nasty boy.
And if you think it was the worst, and should be struck from the record entirely, it gets a I gotta kill that boy.
I just gotta. Len, where would you rank this episode?
This is hard because it's a Christmas episode. Especially in these old shows, a lot of these Christmas episodes are just like this. Where there's not really too much of a plot except for someone being sort of jaded about Christmas, and then in the end, everybody's happy about Christmas.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give this episode a nasty, nasty boy as well.
Damn.
This is a double nasty.
Holy. I should have given the other one nasty, nasty boy.
You can revise your ranking.
I'll revise. Because, okay, as it happens a lot of the time on this podcast, as we talk about the episodes, I get a feel almost better for how much I liked them than I do when I originally watched them.
Yeah.
I think I like this one slightly more than the birthday one.
Really?
In retrospect. But the slightly, it's only a little. It's only
I like the other one better just for having more jokes and more like just banger lines. This episode kind of didn't really have too many of those.
Yeah, I guess not,
it did have Herbert absolutely poning Dobie though.
It had Herbert poning Dobie. It had the hilarious dingy gag. The hilarious. I think I have a soft spot for the classic this person had a bad day, like a sequence of events that all went not their way kind of thing. So maybe that's just why. So I'm gonna put this one in work because it's still not very good.
Okay, so
bring us back to classic Dobie wants a woman and he's got to do something. Man, I miss it.
The next two episodes of Dobie are absolute classics. So,
thank God. Because, I mean, he was doing that in the Poppy one, but I didn't like that one. So, I need to come back, man. Dobie, he's lost me at the moment.
Yeah.
Where are the iconic women? These episodes are missing iconic women.
We didn't even get to meet the baton twirler.
Yeah.
There's potential for gaggery there. Both of these episodes are the love in the many loves of Dobie Gillis in both of these episodes are his family.
Yeah. And they are some of my favorite characters, but at the moment, a little over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take me somewhere else, man. Yeah.
Both of them in a row.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dessert.
I like when they intersect with the Dobie wants a girl part. I like Dobie's dad, Herbert, going, you gotta give him some of these. Because Dobie wants to, get into music and singing to impress a woman. That's classic to me.
Yeah. We're all together, so it's gonna be a merry podcast after all. And the same to you.
Oh my God, bro. Yeah, maybe we should make this a wholesome pod.